Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Seattle Seahawks fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. You won't believe the latest move that's been making waves across the NFL, especially for us Seahawks fans who are always eager for news that could shape our team's future. It's about a trade that's catching everyone's attention, and honestly, it could be a game-changer for the 2025 season. The New Orleans Saints, currently in a bit of a tricky spot, are reportedly looking to part ways with one of their most versatile players, Taysom Hill. That's right, the Saints are in a bit of a bind, trying to trim their roster down to 53 players, and with a new head coach, an uncertain quarterback situation, and a roster that's not exactly brimming with star power, they might be making some tough decisions. And one of those decisions could end up benefiting us Seahawks in a big way. So, what's happening? Well, the Saints seem poised to let go of Taysom Hill unless they find a trade partner willing to take him off their hands. And guess what? The Seattle Seahawks are very much in the mix here. This isn't just a random rumor, there are real connections that make this trade plausible. You see, the Seahawks overhauled their offense during the offseason, and one of the most significant changes was bringing in Sam Darnold as their new quarterback. After trading Geno Smith to the Las Vegas Raiders, the Seahawks are now looking at Darnold as their guy, and they need to surround him with enough talent to make sure he can thrive. Now, let's talk about what that means in terms of offensive support. The Seahawks did start off well by signing Cooper Kupp, who's a proven star, and Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's got a lot of promise. But outside of those two, the offensive firepower isn't exactly overwhelming. They have Noah Fant, a solid tight end, but depth at that position is still a concern. Depth is crucial because in the NFL, injuries happen, and having reliable options at tight end can be the difference between a good season and a great one. That's why adding someone like Taysom Hill, who's known for his versatility, could be exactly what the Seahawks need to elevate their offensive game. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks' new offensive coordinator, comes from a background that's familiar with Hill. Kubiak spent last season with the New Orleans Saints, where he served as their offensive coordinator. That means he already knows Hill's capabilities firsthand. Hill isn't just a quarterback, he's a true jack of all trades. He can line up as a tight end, a running back, or a receiver, and he's especially dangerous in the red zone. His ability to be a red zone threat makes him an invaluable asset in close games and when trying to seal victories. Imagine the possibilities. With Hill on the field, the Seahawks could deploy two tight end sets more frequently, giving Darnold a reliable underneath target while also keeping defenses guessing with Hill's versatility. We know Darnold has shown flashes of promise, and with the right supporting cast, he could be a solid, if not exceptional, quarterback for us. Hill's presence would provide an extra layer of flexibility, allowing us to run more creative plays and keep defenses on their toes. It's about making sure Darnold doesn't face too much pressure, giving him options, and building an offense that's hard to predict. And let's not forget about the bigger picture. The Seahawks are a team that's contending now, and every move they make needs to reinforce that. We're in a window where we need to maximize our talent, avoid regression, and push for a deep playoff run. Trading for Taysom Hill could be a strategic move to give us that extra edge, especially in tight games where a versatile weapon can make all the difference. Hill's experience, combined with Kubiak's knowledge and Darnold's potential, could create a dynamic offensive unit that keeps us competitive against the best teams in the league. Looking at the bigger NFL landscape, this move also signals what the Seahawks are aiming for. We're not just rebuilding, we're retooling with intent. We want to be a team that can adapt, surprise, and dominate when it counts most. The AFC West has been making all the headlines lately, but the NFC West is quietly assembling some serious firepower, and the Seahawks want to be at the forefront of that. Adding Taysom Hill is not just about filling a roster spot, it's about creating a matchup nightmare for defenses, and it's a move that shows the Seahawks are serious about contending again. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Hill's familiarity with Kubiak's offensive system could expedite his integration. Known for his athleticism and playmaking ability, Hill could be a perfect fit as a Swiss Army knife in the Seahawks offense. His ability to line up in multiple spots and cause mismatches will give Darnold more options on every play. Plus, with Hill's experience in different roles, he could also serve as a mentor or veteran presence for the younger players, helping to build a cohesive, versatile offense that's difficult for opponents to defend. Of course, not everything is guaranteed. The trade still needs to go through, and the Saints might ask for a substantial return, but the connection makes sense. Kubiak's familiarity with Hill's abilities, combined with the Seahawks' current needs, creates a compelling case for this move. It's a bold strategy, but in today's NFL, versatility and adaptability are everything. The Seahawks are clearly aiming to maximize their offensive potential, and bringing in a player like Hill aligns perfectly with that vision. In the end, this could be one of those trades that defines a season. If it happens, fans can expect a more dynamic, unpredictable Seahawks offense that can adapt to any situation. Hill's impact could extend beyond just the red zone. He could be a key piece in our game plan against tough defenses and playoff-caliber teams. And for us fans, it's exciting to think about the possibilities. A Seahawks team that's willing to make bold moves, invest in versatility, and push for another Super Bowl run, that's what we want to see. So, as we wait for official confirmation, keep your eyes on this story. It's developing, and it could change the landscape of the NFC West and, more specifically, our Seahawks' future. The offseason is always full of surprises, and this one might be the biggest yet. Stay tuned because we'll be here covering every step of it, breaking down the moves, the implications, and what it all means for Seattle. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're building something special here, and your support makes all the difference. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Seahawks.